Good morning. Good morning and welcome to the Tuesday, April 21st, 2026 meeting of the Fresno County Board of Supervisors. We'll begin with the invocation and flag salute, and we also have the color guard from the Fresno Sheriff's Department. The invocation will be introduced by District 5. After the invocation, please remain standing for the honor guard and then the flag salute.
And if I interrupt 1 second, may I take roll call real quick?
Yes.
Supervisor Chavez?
Here.
Supervisor Magzik?
Here.
Supervisor Mendez?
Here.
Supervisor Pacheco?
Here.
Chairman Bredefeld?
Here.
All present, thank you.
That's good. Glad you made sure that we're here. Needed to do that. Supervisor Magzik.
And before I introduce Tim, just a question for clarity. Since the honor guard is here, when do we want them to kind of come forward? Do we
I
want to
think
do the
after the
prayer first
invocation.
and then they'll come forward?
Yes.
Perfect. And we won't do the pledge, of course, until they're set. Okay, very good.
Absolutely.
All right, here with us today is Tim Rodriguez. Tim was born and raised in Fresno, where he graduated from Fresno High School and Fresno State University with a degree in business administration. He worked in the banking industry for 45 years before retiring. He attends Fresno Sunnyside Seventh-day Adventist Church. Tim's been a volunteer law enforcement chaplain with the Sheriff's Office since 2000 and Fresno Police Department since 2007. So please stand with me as Tim delivers the invocation.
Sorry to have my back to you, but face this way. Let's pray. Our Father, which art in heaven, blessed be thy name. Lord, we come before you this morning thankful for the rain that you have sent to water our crops. Lord, that grow the food that feed not only our community here in our great valley, but also nationwide. Lord, I pray for the farmers that farm the land and the workers that help them. Lord, be with them as they till the grounds and produce the crops that feed our nation, Lord, and that you be with them each day as they work. Lord, we thank you for each of our citizens here in our community. We ask that you be with them as the small businesses, Lord, the community, the corporations, and Lord, that we all work together to provide for those that are in need and those that are outside our community, but also have those special needs. Lord, I come before you especially to ask that you be with our supervisors and administrators this morning, Lord, as they meet in discussions here, that, Lord, that you be with each one of them. Lord, that you give them the wisdom and the knowledge to come with the decisions that will improve our lands and help us as we go as a community. Lord, we come as a group, we come as a corporation, Lord. We come together. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Please remain standing for the honor guard. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Thank you to the honor guard. Agendas are on the back table for anyone wanting to follow along. Madam Clerk, the first item.
Item number 1, approve agenda. Mr. Chairman, members of the board, item 21 from your closed session regular agenda is deleted and will return to the board on May 12th.
Okay. Is there a motion and a second to approve the agenda? All those in favor? It was a motion by Supervisor Chavez, seconded by Supervisor Mendez. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously.
We now move to item number 2, approve consent agenda item numbers 25 through 64. Mr. Chairman, members of the board, staff has a slight correction for item 28. On the board agenda item, the date listed at the top is April 21st, 2025, but it should reflect today's date, April 21st, 2026. And item 44 has been deleted, and item 50 has been deleted, but will return to the board on May 12th. And I do believe Supervisor Maxig wishes to pull item 49 due to the Levine Act.
Correct.
Okay. Any other board members want to remove an item for discussion? Any members of the public want to pull an item on the consent for discussion? Seeing none, is there a motion and a second to approve the rest of the consent? All those in favor, say aye. Passes unanimously.
We will hear item 49 following item 10. We now move to item 3 under Board of Supervisors, presentation retirement plaque to James Olson, District Attorney's Office, 18 years of service.
Welcome, DA Smithcamp.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. Good morning, members of the board. Today is my honor to recognize and celebrate the distinguished career of Senior Investigator Jimmy Olson. Jimmy proudly served our country in the United States Marine Corps for 8 years before beginning his law enforcement career in 1977. I will note that I was 8 years old at that time, with the Fresno Police Department, where he dedicated 30 years of serving his community in patrol, field training, night detectives, homicide, robbery, sexual assault, and MAGIC, which is the gang unit. In 1999, Jimmy was assigned as a special investigator from the Fresno Police Department sexual assault team to the gang unit for the purposes of investigating the Mongolian Boys Society criminal street gang Motel 6 gang rapes. This was one of the most notorious crimes that has ever happened in Fresno County. Jimmy worked with prosecutors Doug Hawes and Horry Sanderson, along with Detective Brenda Trobaugh, to prosecute 23 defendants charged with over 800 counts of sexual assault, represented by 25 defense attorneys. Jimmy was one of the 2 chief investigative officers who spent each trial day 4 days per week in the courtroom. This was just one of the many important cases that Jimmy worked during his time as a Fresno police officer. In 2007, he joined the Fresno County District Attorney's Office, where he has spent the last 18 and a half years in MAGIC, juvenile delinquency, and most recently in environmental crimes. Spanning more than 40 years of service, Jimmy's career has been defined by professionalism and an unwavering commitment to public safety. But just as impressive as his professional accomplishments is the work he has done beyond his assigned duties. Jimmy is a founding member of the Fresno Police Department Honor Guard, a founding member and president of the Fresno County Peace Officer Memorial, and a founding and current board member of the California 9/11 Memorial. Through his work, he has ensured that our fallen officers are honored and never, ever forgotten. Jimmy, your legacy of service, sacrifice, and compassion is commendable. On behalf of everyone here and your DA family, we thank you for your extraordinary dedication, your leadership, your selfless commitment to honoring those who gave their lives in service. We wish you the very best in a very well-earned retirement. And I will just say personally, off the written speech, is that I love you dearly, Jimmy. I honor you, I respect you, and I thank you for mentoring me and so many of us who have worked in the DA's office. We are all trying to follow your lead to not only honor our commitments as sworn members of law enforcement, but as good Americans. Congratulations, Jimmy. We will miss you.
I'm kind of at a loss for words, but thank you so very much. It's been an honor to serve not only the county, but the city of Fresno, and paying tribute to those who have lost their lives in protecting our communities. Thank you so much.
Any comments from the board?
I remember meeting with you a long time ago when I first started working with Mike Briggs in the late 90s and hanging out with the Fresno Police Department. And You know, it's been a pleasure watching you, and I'm proud that you've decided to finish your career here at the County of Fresno. So you will always be welcome here. You're a part of our family, and congratulations on your retirement.
Anyone else? Yeah, I've come to know you, Jimmy, as I see you at various events, along with your daughter, who's also serving with the police department. What DA Smithcamp said is amazing, all the sacrifice that you've done in service to our community. We're all grateful. I wish you the very best, and thank you for what you've done. Any comments from the public? Okay, is there, if you would, step forward and we will take a picture. They'll tell you what to do. Good to see you. Where's your daughter? Oh, do you want to come on up? Yeah, come on up.
Yes.
Hey, I was wondering where you were.
A lot of business to do. Let's go. All right, Colin.
Block us, Lisa. You're too tall.
Well done, Jimmy.
Mr. Chairman, we were informed late Friday that Mr. Perez would not be here, so we will mail his plaque to him.
Okay.
We'll now move to item number 5 under Board of Supervisors, presentation of retirement plaque to Skip Swain, Sheriff's Department, 23 years of service.
Good morning, Chairman Bredefeld and members of the board. I'm Ryan Hushaw, Assistant Sheriff, here on behalf of Sheriff John Zanoni. I would like to introduce to you this morning Larry Swain, or as we all affectionately know him by, Skip. Deputy Swain had dedicated more than 3 decades of his life to law enforcement, exemplifying a commitment to the public and the protection of our communities. Deputy Swain began his career with the Mariposa County Sheriff's Office, where he served with distinction for 10 years. In 2001, he brought his experience and dedication to the Fresno County Sheriff's Office, where he would continue his law enforcement service for the next 23 years. Throughout his tenure with Fresno County, Deputy Swain held a variety of critical assignments, including patrol deputy, school resource deputy, court security deputy, and detective. His versatility and professionalism allowed him to serve effectively in each role, earning the respect of his peers and the community alike. Deputy Swain also made history as the first tribal liaison officer in our Eastern Mountain region, strengthening relationships and fostering collaboration across the foothill and mountain communities of Eastern Fresno County. However, it was during his 14 years as an elder abuse detective that Deputy Swain made his most profound and lasting impact. In this role, he devoted himself to protecting one of the most vulnerable populations. Through his tireless investigative work, he brought justice, dignity, and closure to countless elderly victims and their families. Recognized as a subject matter expert, Deputy Swain shared his knowledge well beyond Fresno County, traveling across the state and nation, including multiple engagements in Washington, D.C., and with the Pennsylvania Department of Justice. He played a key role in pioneering the nationally recognized EAGLE program, an elder abuse investigation guide that equips first responders with the tools needed to conduct thorough and effective investigations. Even in retirement, Deputy Swain continues to serve, remaining as an active member of the executive board of the Valley Caregivers Resource Center, further demonstrating his enduring commitment to the well-being of others. With a law enforcement career spanning more than 33 years, Deputy Swain's legacy is one of compassion, leadership, and dedication. His contributions have left an indelible mark on Fresno County and beyond. So Skip, We wish you the best in retirement, filled with good health and lots of well-deserved family time. Please help me in congratulating Skip Swain's well-deserved retirement. Yours.
Just a few words. It was an honor to be able to serve in the capacities that I served, learning all along the way. I fell into an elder abuse gig that I thought was going to last for a year, and it ended up lasting 14 years. And it has continued as I still have people reaching out to me for assistance. So it was an honor to serve Fresno County for 23 years, starting in Mariposa, coming to where I was a little fish in a big pond, and was a number more than a name, but I try to make a name for myself. Thank you guys for doing what you do. And thank you, Ryan, for the nice, kind words.
Thank you. Comments from the board? Any comments from the public? Would you come up and take a photo? Bring any family or friends? This time I'll remember to hand it to them.
Yes. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good to see you, sir.
Oh, here. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
On my tippy toes.
We now move to item number 6 under Supervisor Chavez, proclaim May 2026 as Foster Care Month in the County of Fresno.
Supervisor Chavez?
Thank you, Chair. Today I have the distinct honor of proclaiming National Foster Care Month. As we know, this has been really a work in progress for our, not just here locally, but nationally. We know that foster youth in our community still struggle. They still have a number of challenges, but we've got a lot of great folks that are advocating and helping them out and making sure that they have a safe and healthy home. And a lot of you know that's something very personal to me. And I think the stats say we have 360,000 foster youth nationally. This has been an issue that's been brought forward. I think many of you saw that the First Lady actually testified in front of Congress, making foster youth a big priority last couple of weeks. And so locally, we've got folks doing great work, and I just want to thank our DSS folks, our foster care agencies, and special thank you to our foster parents that don't just open up their homes, but open up their hearts to our kids and youth, and making sure that they know that somebody here in our county cares and loves them and accepts them. And so with that, Sonia, if you want to say a few words.
I do, thank you. I'm Sonia Bugay, Director of Social Services, and with me, I actually really want to do an introduction of two individuals that are with me. So one is our Deputy Director, Dalvin Baker, who, other than CARES and few programs in child welfare, also has our Resource Family Approval Unit that actually does licensing for our resource parents that are county parents. And also Patrick Rose, and I actually really want to share with you a little bit of Patrick's bio, because Patrick is a resource parent and an adoptive parent, but has quite a few roles in Fresno County. So Patrick is an experienced resource and adoptive parent who is currently a resource parent mentor through a Cultural Brokers, Inc. Him and his wife has specialized in foster care support and for foster placements for our kids with developmental delays. His commitment to family has grown through adoption. He has actually adopted 2 children. And Patrick's dedication to improving the system intensified after he experienced a traumatic transition of a child in his care, leading him to join Quality Parenting Initiative in our county, and he's currently actually a co-chair of our QPI committee. Using his extensive experience, it was instrumental in assisting Fresno County DSS to create and implement Fresno County transition policy. And I'm actually proud to say state law changed by being influenced by Fresno County's transition policy in the past couple of years. And it's now being implemented not as a best practice, but as actually a requirement in the county. And Patrick, along with a number of members of DSS team, really helped foster that and develop our own policy. In his current role, Patrick provides invaluable support, advocacy, and guidance to resource relative and mentor parents. He is helping our child and family team meetings, trying to have the foster parent voice be heard, and he's a dedicated and ongoing foster parent in our community. So I want to thank your board for recognizing a foster care month, and this is really an opportunity to showcase the partnerships between not just our social workers that are case-carrying social workers, but also our team that actually does the approval of resource families in our county currently. Just under 1% of the kids are in congregate care, which means that the rest of our kids are actually in a family setting. About 370 are with relatives. Just about 300 or so are with our county-approved resource families, but also about 400 through foster family agencies. This is a commitment from various individuals really representing this team, and there's a lot of work going on to support not just our kids in care, but also for our resource parents. So with that, thank you for the proclamation, and we do want to invite you to once a year, we do an annual convening of our foster parents. We call it Let's Talk, so we have some invitations for you. Dalvin, do you want to share the invitation?
Sure. Good morning, Chairman, members of the board. Dalvin Baker, Deputy Director with Child Welfare. So we would like to extend an invitation to this board to our annual Let's Talk event that is on May 28th at our Hope Center at Building 5. The event starts at 9 o'clock, and we do have some invitations. Thank you.
All right. Any comments from the board?
Just want to again thank you, Sonia, and your team, and all of our foster agencies and stakeholders in our community. I know it's a difficult job, but our kids really appreciate it and love the support that they get here locally. With that, I'll make a motion to approve the proclamation, Mr. Chair.
Let me go out to the public first. Anybody from the public wish to comment on this? Seeing none, you have a motion?
I'll second.
Second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Would you please step forward, take a photo?
I tried.
Thank you, sir. Delvin brought the invites. Nice. Thank you, Delvin.
We now move to item number 7 under Supervisor Maxey, proclaim May 10th through the 16th, 2026 as Peace Officers Memorial Week and May 7th, 2026 as Peace Officers Memorial Day in the County of Fresno.
Supervisor Maxey?
Thank you, Chairman. And we have representatives here from the Sheriff's Department, and I just want to say that how much Fresno County appreciates law enforcement, appreciates our Sheriff's Department, and DA investigators, all those who are involved in keeping our community safe. And just a few weeks ago, there was a deputy that lost their life in Tulare County. And so the dangers of the job are ever present, but the appreciation of this community is just as strong. And we stand with you. We appreciate you. And Ed, if you could just share a few words about what this day means and how we can help participate even more, please share now.
Thank you. Chairman Bredefeld, Vice Chairman Chavez, honored members of the board, good morning. My name is Edward Mayo, and I serve as the Vice President of the Fresno County Peace Officers Memorial Board, and I recently retired as a sergeant with the Fresno County Sheriff's Office. Here with me today are Fresno County Peace Officers Memorial Board President and recently retired DA investigator Jimmy Olson, Peace Officer Memorial Board Secretary and Treasurer and retired Deputy Sheriff Greg Little, Peace Officer Memorial Board Historian and Police Officer, Jeanette Olson, and Fresno County Probation Department Chief Deputy Colin Spence. I think I got that right. Also with me is Assistant Sheriff Ryan Hushaw. Thank you, board, all for taking the time to honor those peace officers who gave their lives in the line of duty. On the first Thursday of May, we come together to respect, honor, and remember those that have made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. This year, On Thursday, May 7, in Courthouse Park, we will conduct our annual Peace Officers Memorial Ceremony. This is a solemn event to pay our respects to those that lost their lives in the line of duty. It stands as a reminder that we will never forget not only their sacrifice, but the sacrifices of those who they left behind. We are grateful to have the support of the Fresno County Board of Supervisors this year, as we have in all years past. There are 64 names etched in the granite walls of our memorial. These are the names of our brothers, sisters, family, and friends in law enforcement who lost their lives while protecting the citizens of Fresno County. They came from all walks of life and served in various law enforcement agencies throughout Fresno County. From our first enrolled, Robert James Allison, who served as a Kingsburg constable. His life was taken on March 21, 1889. To our most recent enrollment, Officer Gonzalo Carrasco of the Selma Police Department, who had his life taken on January 31, 2023. The men and women we pay homage to served with honor and dignity. It is our duty to uphold their legacy and never forget their sacrifices. Thankfully, we will not be adding any names to the memorial during the 2026 ceremony. On behalf of the Fresno County Peace Officers Memorial Board, I would like to thank the entire Board of Supervisors, and specifically the sponsor of this proclamation, District 5 Supervisor Nathan Magsig. With your continued support and recognition, this memorial stands as a reminder to the entire community of law enforcement it represents. Every year, the Fresno County Peace Officers Memorial designs a coin and a pin to honor those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. With that, Greg Little and I would like to approach the board and present each member with a coin and pin commemorating the 2026 Fresno County Peace Officers Memorial Ceremony. Prior to this, however, I would like to introduce Assistant Sheriff Ryan Hushaw, who would like to say a few words.
Thank you, Ed. Good morning again. Ryan Hushaw, Assistant Sheriff on behalf of Sheriff John Zanoni. Peace Officers Memorial Week gives us the opportunity to pause and recognize the bravery, the service, and of course, the sacrifice that law enforcement professionals in Fresno County, as well as throughout our state and nation. The Fresno County Sheriff's Office proudly supports this observance, paying tribute to those who lost their lives in the line of duty while acknowledging the ongoing commitment of those who continue to serve. These men and women chose a path defined by responsibility, by courage, and a dedication to protecting others while preserving the safety of our communities. Law enforcement work demands not only skill and resolve, but also willingness to face risks that we hope most will never encounter. Here in our own community, that sacrifice is deeply personal. In October of 2025, the Fresno Sheriff's Memorial Foundation opened our very own memorial, located at our Area 2 Metropolitan Substation near Belmont and Armstrong Avenues. And by the way, the public is always welcome to attend our memorial. We would encourage that. This memorial serves as a place of reflection and honor that bears the names of our 19 deputy sheriffs and 2 correctional officers who gave their lives in the line of duty. Each name represents a story of service, bravery, and dedication that will never be forgotten. During Peace Officers Memorial Week, we honor and we stand with the fallen's family. We honor their legacy, and we renew our commitment to carry forward their mission with compassion and respect. Their memory guides us, and their sacrifice strengthens our resolve to serve with purpose every single day. And again, we would also be remiss if we did not mention that our hearts go out to our friends and neighbors at the Tulare County Sheriff's Office as they mourn the recent death of Detective Randy Hoppert. We stand in solidarity with his family, his colleagues, and all who were touched by his life and service during this difficult time. Lastly, we are reminded by a simple but profound statement inscribed on the walls of our Sheriff's Memorial. In valor, there is hope. Thank you.
Thank you. Any comments from the board?
Mr. Chair.
Yeah.
Just want to thank our law enforcement folks, but especially considering what happened with our neighbors down in Tulare, and such a tragic story. We want to keep that from happening in the future. But I do want to thank you. I think every time that we hear sirens, we know somebody's having a bad day. But we know that we have you folks out there protecting us. And some of you might think it's odd, but sometimes I'll just jump on a scanner and listen to the calls. And you hang around with our law enforcement officers, whether it's PD or sheriff, and you know that there's nothing routine about a routine traffic stop. Something can always happen. And so I just want to genuinely thank you for your service, and thank you for keeping the memory of those that served alive. Thank you.
Anyone else? Yeah, I want to also add, I'm just grateful for all that the law enforcement does. It's a tough job. It's a job that I wouldn't want to do. It's a dangerous job, and you get up every day and you do it, and you serve this community, and because of you, we are safer. And so I can tell you that our constituents are always grateful. You may not always hear it, but we are always grateful. Any comments from the public? Is there a motion to approve?
I'll move in favor of this proclamation.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
It passes unanimously. Want to come up and take a picture? Thank you. Okay. Congratulations. How's my favorite police officer? Doing good. You say well. Oh, thank you so much. Good to see you.
Morning, sir. How are you?
Morning. Morning. Short ones in the middle, big ones on the other. Be well.
We now move to item number 8 under Supervisor Magsick and Chairman Bredfield. Adopt resolution recognizing the planting of an America 250 Liberty tree at Courthouse Park.
Supervisor Magzig.
So before we hear a few comments on this particular item, I know that we have representatives that are here that are going to say a few words, but I just want to share that around, I think at 1 o'clock today, we're going to have a brief ceremony, because if you live under a rock and you're not aware, this year is the 250th anniversary of the independence of this nation and the creation of this nation. And it's pretty significant. And if you're not aware as well, 2 days ago was Fresno County's birthday. We turned 170 years old on the 19th of April. And so this whole year is very significant. And so there were individuals who came forward and said, we want to plant a tree here at the county just to represent, to commemorate this 250th anniversary. And as Public Works got involved in this process, this project, they of course said, well, if we're going to plant a tree, it's got to be a big tree. And of course, if you look at the tree that's been planted, it's an oak tree. And what says strength more than an oak? So with all of that, I'm going to turn it over for some additional comments.
Yes, good morning, Chairman and members of the board. Mary Lou Valencia, Principal CAO Analyst. So as Supervisor Magsick said, this item before your board is the resolution recognizing the planting of a Liberty tree at Courthouse Park in partnership with the Yosemite chapter of the Sons of the American Revolution, who are here today to mark the United States 250th anniversary. This Liberty tree will honor the original Liberty tree, which was a gathering place and a symbol of resistance during the Revolutionary era. And then with that, I'll pass it back to Supervisor Magsick and Supervisor Bredefeld for further
Well,
discussion.
we'll see everybody out at 1, whether it's raining or not. There's a big canopy, so bring your umbrella, but we will be there and welcome everybody. Other comments did you have, Supervisor?
Well, just, you know, we have someone who jumped on a time machine. They actually traveled from 1776 to be here with us today.
Yes.
And I believe his name is Randy. I remember him. We went to school together. He was quite a hitter on the football team, but traveled back from 1776. Randy, do you have just a few comments you want to share with us?
I do, and to Nathan's point, in high school, his job was to cut through the offensive line so he could deliver the offense back to the field for us. And now as a supervisor, his job is to cut through the red tape and deliver Fresno County to the people. So we're very excited. Chairman, members of the Board of Supervisors, honored guests, and fellow compatriots and friends, my name is Randy Dinza, and I'm the president-elect for the California Society Sons of the American Revolution. And on behalf of the Yosemite chapter, Sons of the American Revolution, and every patriot gathered today, I have the distinct privilege and the deep personal honor of expressing our most sincere and heartfelt gratitude to the County of Fresno Board of Supervisors for this recognition and for the proclamation. To be recognized in this way on this ground, on this occasion, is more than a courtesy, is an affirmation of the values of our founding patriots who lived and died that still resonate in the halls of government today. That means everything to us. And I just want to single out two individuals who deserve this recognition, because without them, we would not be standing here today. Supervisor Nathan Magzig and Chairman Gary Bredefeld, we thank you so much. These two men did not simply lend their names to this effort, they championed it. Their love of this community, respect of this country, and the commitment to honoring America's 250th birthday in a way worthy of Fresno County is evident in everything you see around you today. And just to point out, the tree that is out there today will be the largest Liberty tree planted in the United States of America, honoring the 250th. So that is something to be proud of. We also want to acknowledge something that you don't typically see when you're working with your government. This event came together in 30 days. I just want to say that again, 30 days from thought to today. What you see here is the coordination, logistics, the permits, the planning, the ceremony, the partnerships represents an extraordinary effort of the dedicated men and women who serve Fresno County as public employees. They moved mountains, they worked across departments, and they gave their time and talent. They did it with professionalism and grace. We are deeply grateful to each of them, and we have certificates and coins for everybody that will present at the ceremony. But right now, I do want to recognize Councilmember Luis Chavez, Councilmember Buddy Mendez, Councilmember Brian Pacheco, Councilmember Paul Nerland, Mary Lou Valencia, Steve White, Sonia Dosti, Sam Buck, Sivag Tatozian, Chris Bernal, Stephanie Sorando, Josh Dean, Gustavo Gutierrez, Romeo Magbanua, Jesse Juarez, Armando Oliva, Michael Cruz, and Ed Hill. You may not know all their names, but they know what they built, and we want them to know that we see it, we appreciate it, and we will never forget it. On behalf of the Yosemite Chapter Sons of the American Revolution, thank you to the Board of Supervisors, and thank you to everybody who made this possible today. May God bless Fresno County, the great state of California, and the United States of America. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Well said, and I also want to second our staff, Sonia, and all the other folks that have made this possible. Believe me, we wouldn't be here without them. Any comments from the board? Go ahead, Supervisor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just want to thank you, Supervisor Magzig, for undertaking this project. I think an oak tree is pretty fitting to who we are as a community. And I also want to thank Randy. Randy and I served many years, many sleepless nights over at the board at Reading and Beyond. So thank you for your service to our community. He's a banker by day and a patriot by night. So if you need a loan, go see him. But thank you again for undertaking this, and really appreciate the work. I know it wasn't easy, but you guys did a great job.
Yes, Supervisor Mendez.
You know, I think the choice of a valley oak was a good choice, because that tree will be there when we're all gone. Even the youngest people in this room, that tree will still be there.
And I
Supervisor.
just want to emphasize, Public Works, they did the hard work on this. They identified the tree that you see out there, the digging of the hole, the preparing of the ground, a lot of the logistical things to get us to where we are here today. There are men and women who made this possible who haven't been mentioned, and I want to say thank you to them. We get ideas, but it's the county staff, it's Public Works, it's all other 19 departments that implement that vision. So I need to give them a lot of credit. Thank you.
Yes, ditto to that. Anybody from the public wish to comment on this? Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Want to come up and take a photo? Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Could be your Christmas card this year, Randy. Surprised I didn't let you in here with your musket.
We now move to item number 9 under Supervisor Pacheco, proclaim April 2026 as Friday Night Live Month in the County of Fresno.
Supervisor Pacheco.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If the group would come forward to the podium. Today, I would like to recognize Friday Night Live by proclaiming April as Friday Night Live Month. For those of you who may be unaware, Friday Night Live reaches our young people from the 4th grade through high school and beyond with information to improve their physical and mental health. Friday Night Live is best known for its programs in combating underage alcohol consumption and smoking prevention programs. Friday Night Live is in 22 schools in Fresno County thanks to the Youth Leadership Institute and is partially funded by our own Fresno County Department of Behavioral Health. Friday Night Live was first established in 1984 and is active in 55 of California's 58 counties. So for here today to learn more about Friday Night Live, I'd like to introduce Cindy, Senior Director of Program, to say a few words. Cindy?
Thank you, and good morning. Thank you, Chairman Bredefeld, Vice Chairman Chavez, and Supervisor Pacheco for supporting this proclamation. I am, like Supervisor Pacheco mentioned, my name is Cindy Hernandez. I'm the Senior Director of Programs for Youth Leadership Institute. And for over 20 years, YLI has helped establish Friday night chapters throughout Fresno County, from as far west as Kerman, Tranquility, San Joaquin, Central Unified, to as far east as Reedley, Selma, Orange Cove, Parlier. And here, some of our longest running sites are at Sunnyside, Roosevelt, Edison, and McLean. And I want to introduce just really quickly some of our Sunnyside and Roosevelt youth leaders who've been part of this. So with that, I'm going to let you all introduce yourselves. They didn't know I was going to do this, so let's, cheer them on.
Yes, hello everyone. Thank you for allowing us to have this wonderful opportunity. Thank you to the board for giving us this privilege. My name is Anna Moa. I am currently a junior here at Sunnyside High School. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. My name is Sarah Nawat, and I'm a student at Sunnyside High School.
Hi, everyone. My name is Angelique Galan, and I'm currently a sophomore at Roosevelt High School.
Hello, everybody. My name is Media. I'm currently a sophomore at Roosevelt High School as well.
Yay. And so, so this month we're celebrating Friday Night Live. So they have been doing activities on their campuses that we call like pro-social events or alternative activities. Some of that includes using these drunk goggles, we call them, for educational activities. What they do is they have young people put them on, and they play games like Jenga and cup stacking to showcase what impairment actually does to folks when they are under the influence. Additionally, in Parlier, youth are organizing a community garden cleanup as a positive alternative activity, which is a foundation of Friday Night Live. And additionally, our Youth Advocacy Leadership League is a county-wide youth council, and it's leading a media campaign called Invest in Yourself, Invest in Youth. And as part of this effort, they plan to launch 3 billboards that you'll see around Fresno that promote open and honest conversations about alcohol, marijuana, and prescription drug use between parent and young people, because we know that spending at least 1 hour with your young person as a parent is a big reducer in substance use. And so these billboards will go live in June. And then lastly, we want to invite all the young people of Fresno County to our Friday Night Live kind of concluding event will be this weekend at Central East for Teen Summit, which is a day-long conference and pro-social event where we'll have workshops on mental health, gardening and composting, entrepreneurship, and of course, we will provide free lunch for all the young people. So thank you again to the board for your support of young people and Friday Night Live.
Thank you. Supervisor Magson.
Buddy Mendez wanted me to ask, what's that cutoff from being young versus, what's that?
You know what?
number?
I think it's just in spirit, however you feel.
All right, I
Supervisor.
like that. Very good, thank you.
Any other comments from the board?
Mr. Chair, just want to especially thank Cindy, you and the team, our YLI folks, just for keeping that tradition alive. I've seen youth work out there, and you guys have been the most impactful for our community, not just here in the metro area, but in the rural communities as well. And thank you to our Sunnyside folks. I'm a little bit biased as a fellow Rough Rider alumni,
Rough
but thank you
Riders.
to our Roosevelt crew for keeping that tradition alive there as well too, and keep up the great work that you're doing in our community. We need more of that, especially with everything happening with fentanyl and a number of other drugs that are now coming onto the market. So really appreciate the work that you all do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would just say, as the former chair of First Five, Cindy used to have to give the government relations report, and as boring as that would be, she made it as fun as she does today. So with that, I would like to make the motion to approve this proclamation.
Let me just go out to the public. Anyone from the public have any comments? Okay, motion second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Want to come up for a
Yes,
picture?
please. Thank you. Anybody want to try this on?
No.
We're impaired enough. Naturally.
Oh, wow. All right.
They
All
brought
right.
the team. I saw them over there.
Come on up. Great. Thank y'all.
We now move to item number 10 under Supervisor Pacheco, proclaim April 26th through May 2nd, 2026 as National Apprenticeship Week in the County of Fresno.
Supervisor Pacheco, it's all yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Today, we commemorate National Apprenticeship Week from April 26th to May 2nd. Apprenticeships ensure America has a highly skilled workforce. It creates training opportunities for high school-age students. We know that not all, as I can tell you as a former school board member, not all high school students will go to college, and apprenticeships for these high-paying industrial jobs are a pathway to the American middle class. So it's important to bring highly trained and skilled workers into our building and construction workforce. To do this, the local Buildings Trade Council has created a Pre-Apprenticeship Construction Training, Inc., also known as PAC. PAC is dedicated to marketing these occupations to our high school students in our region, stretching across Fresno, Tulare, Madera, and Kings County. And gentlemen, I need that to go into Merced here pretty quick. So here to tell us more are Dave Clark, Chairman of the Board for PAC, Sam Norman with the Rios Company, and Blake with the Fresno Regional Workforce Development Board, the Executive Director. Gentlemen, floor is yours.
Thank you for having us here today, supervisors, and the opportunities that are created by construction jobs in our area. And we're part of a 4-county building trades council, Fresno, Madera, Kings, Tulare. are jobs that we want our local residents to be able to take advantage of. I know about 20 years ago, your workforce board did a study, and we tried to value approved public construction, not proposed, but public construction infrastructure that was in the pipeline. And that report from 20 years ago, independent of high-speed rail, identified $36 billion of public construction in the valley being defined from Stockton down to Bakersfield, with Fresno being in the middle. And we used to call it the hidden sector. We thought, my God, we got to get people prepped for these jobs. And so in partnership with the Rios Company and the Building Trades Council, we created a pre-apprentice training program known as Valley Build. The model that was developed here in Fresno is now being employed across the valley with all 4 building trades councils, one headquartered in Stockton, another in Modesto, here in Fresno the 3rd, and Bakersfield down in the south. Over the last 5 years, more than 1,000 people have been trained. Over the last 15 years, more than 5,000 people have been trained. Our 48th cohort here in Fresno will start in May, and that's only been possible because of your cooperation and the cooperation of organized labor and private groups. So we're thankful for this recognition, and we're thankful that we can still make these good jobs available to our residents.
We really appreciate you acknowledging not just the Pre-Apprenticeship Week, but the work that the PACT, which is a new organization, is getting ready to do. The goal of the PACT is to actually prepare material that we can present in the educational institutions targeting juniors and seniors in high school and individuals in community colleges, to explain to them the variety of opportunities that exist in the trades and the career path to get into these trades. We know at this time, when the unemployment rate for recent college graduates is the highest that it's ever been in the history of our country, that these alternative opportunities and careers are important to individuals coming out of high school. And so we want to create film and reading materials to explain to these individuals what they can look forward to as a career possibility.
Hi, my name's Dave Clark, and I'm a 25-year member of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 100 here out of Fresno. And when I was in high school, they weren't talking about the construction trades. It was go to college, and it just wasn't for me. And just by chance, my father-in-law, he was a sheet metal worker, and when I saw he was getting ready to retire and saw his amazing pension, I said, how do I do that? And he pointed me towards the electrical workers, but had I known about it and the apprenticeship, and that I could get training for free and not have any college debt, I would have done that right out of high school instead of at 25. So I'm very passionate about this, and I owe the livelihood that I have to the building and construction trades and the IBEW. And so what I like to tell people is, when you drive by and you see construction work going on, you think you're building the building, but really what the building and construction trades are doing is they're building the middle class. So thank you again.
Thank you. Yes, Supervisor Magza.
So Blake, appreciate you being here today on this one. Just a couple of things I wanted to add as well about how important the apprenticeship programs are. So I used to work at Fresno EOC, and the local conservation corps there many years ago created a partnership with the building trades. And many of the kids that the local conservation corps were working with had troubled pasts. A lot of them hadn't graduated high school, so they were working on their their degrees. But also, too, the pathways for these kids to get involved in different trades, to be able to earn a living, raise a family, was amazing. And so there were, I think at the time, the LCC was getting youth build grants to help with this. But the building trades were there in a strong way, partnering with Fresno EOC. I got to play a small part in all of that, but really appreciate what you did for a lot of the troubled youth of this community and how you helped to turn their lives around. So thank you.
Anyone else? Any comments from the public? Seeing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I'd make that motion.
Second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Passes unanimously. Want to come up and take a picture? Sam. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for serving on our board.
Get the cheat sheet.
There's one for you, one for you.
Thank you, sir.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
All right. Show the cover. There you go. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
gentlemen.
you.
We now move to item number 11 under Administrative Office, approve and revise Administrative Policy 80, Department Contributions of Funds for Non-County Events or Causes.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, Mr. CAO, Mr. County Counsel, Madam Clerk, respected department heads, county staff, and members of the public. The item before you is a revision to Administrative Policy 80, Department Contributions of Funds for Non-County Events and Causes. On July 8, 2025, your board adopted AP 80, which requires departments to come before your board seeking approval before making contributions of county funds for non-county events or causes. Since then, departments have done a great job coming before your board for such items. One item or category or genre, if you may, of items have been career fairs. Approval of this revision would exempt career fairs from the provisions of AP 80. In essence, if approved today, departments would not need to seek your board's approval to attend career fairs. At this time, your CAO, Mr. Paul Nerlin, Deputy CAO Samantha Buck, and I am available for any questions you have.
Any comments from the board?
So the item seems pretty simple, but I would just ask, and I hate to put you on the spot, what is the definition of a career fair?
So good question, Supervisor. Thank you for that. In the policy itself, we've written attend career fairs where the main objective is to promote county jobs or vacancies. At your board's leisure, if you'd like to amend that definition or change it, we're happy to take that on right now. Again, that's promote county jobs or vacancies.
Any other comments, Supervisor? No? Any comments from the public? Seeing none, is there a motion?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Passes unanimously,
Thank you.
with one absent.
Supervisor, my apology. Luckily, your esteemed Supervisor Chavez and Pacheco kindly reminded me that I forgot item 49 from consent, so my
okay.
apologies. Item 49 was pulled due to the
We want to keep
Line Act.
MAGSIG in compliance, yeah.
Yes. Item 49 under the library, approve and authorize chairman to execute MOU between Fresno's Chaffee Zoo Corporation, Fresno County Public Library for summer at your library program events at library branches effective upon execution through December 31st, 2026.
Okay, I don't see a staff person here. Okay. Hi.
Good morning. The Summer at Your Library program is traditional Fresno County Library programming, previously known as Summer Reading Program. This MOU is an opportunity to partner with this Chaffee Zoo to promote our programs and for them to participate in some of our summer library programming. The theme of the programming will be Go Wild for Reading, so it'll include animal-themed programs and zoo-themed programs.
Okay. Any questions from the board? Just a quick question. So these are going to be programs that the zoo is promoting. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, they will help us promote, but they are primarily library promoted programs. So we promote them through our regular channels, flyers on our website, on our program calendar. They will participate by providing, I believe, 3 programs throughout the summer. 2 will be outreach tables, and 1 will be a zoo-themed story time.
Okay. Will they all be at the library as opposed to out at the zoo?
Yeah, most of our programs are at the libraries, our branch libraries. Occasionally, we will host a program at a community center if like for example, Pinedale is a small branch, so we use the Pinedale Community Center to host our programs.
Okay. So there are not going to be any family drag stories or any of that stuff?
Not in the plans for this, no.
Okay. And what if the zoo wanted to do that? Because they've done family drag shows out there.
Well, like I said, we've only got 3 programs with the zoo, and they're a story time. It will be a zoo-themed story time and 2 outreach tables where they'll promote, they'll have like a little craft. I think we sent the materials over for the craft item, and that will be kind of the breadth of their involvement.
Okay. Any comments from the public? Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. All those in favor, say aye. Passes unanimously with Supervisor Magzig recusing himself.
Thank you.
We'll wait for there
That
it
concludes
is.
the consent items that were pulled from this morning. We now return to your regular agenda. Item 12, under the Administrative Office, adopt resolution designating the Fresno Arts Council to serve as the County of Fresno's local partner with the California Arts Council for fiscal year 26-27.
She has the copies there.
You and me both. We got to get these clocks fixed.
I'll load it up. Are we good? Okay.
Yeah, you want to go?
Okay, thank you. Good morning, Chairman Bredefeld and members of the board. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. I'm Andrea Mell, Interim Executive Director of Fresno Arts Council, and I'm here with board members Julia Copeland and Karen Simpson. As one of 58 county-designated partner agencies, FAC supports arts organizations, individual artists, and the broader community through services and programming, while also representing and advocating for Fresno County's arts, culture, and creative economy to the California Arts Council. The statewide SLP network shares resources and opportunities and collaborates with government agencies, community groups, schools, and businesses on projects benefiting residents and visitors. Without this annual designation, Fresno County compromises its direct communication with the California Arts Council and the associated community benefits. As your board may be aware, our organization has been the subject of unfavorable reports recently related to loss of local funds. We regret deeply that this loss of funds has occurred, that some arts organizations face lengthy delays in receiving their awards, and that this turmoil caused certain projects to be canceled outright. We have taken decisive action. The former employee whose conduct is now the subject of a criminal investigation has been terminated, with all IT and bank access removed. The board has made leadership changes to strengthen oversight and accountability. The volunteer board has made the following changes. We are in the process of hiring an outside accounting firm to handle payroll, bill pay, and grant transactions. Board members track all banking activity daily, receive automated alerts, review and sign every payment, approve all credit card expenses, and review payroll before processing. Electronic payment platforms like PayPal and Bill.com are now restricted, and our work continues. We value the organizations that have stayed with us. We are working tirelessly to honor our designation as the state local partner, a designation that enables us to secure funding from both the California Arts Council and the National Endowment for the Arts. Recently, the National Endowment for the Arts awarded us with a local arts agency's project grant, which we re-granted to 9 deserving projects in rural Fresno County: in Auberry, Sanger, Selma, Coalinga, Firebaugh, Delray, Kingsburg, and Yokuts Valley. We also mentor Kings County as they work to establish their own official arts council, one that will attract vital investment into their already vibrant arts community. Without this designation, Fresno County risks being the only county out of 58 without a designated SLP, which means beyond our losing the potential for funding and continued formal mentorship of Kings County, we lose out on representing and advocating for our county directly to the CAC during the next year. And our work continues. Our reach across Fresno County includes, but is not limited to, arts education in Selma Unified, where we hire and train artists to bring creativity and expression into classrooms. The City of Fresno Poet Laureate Program, which we founded. Past laureates have earned state titles and national recognition. Arts Alive in agriculture, a juried competition celebrating our valley's beauty through hundreds of new paintings, photographs, and sculptures. And Poetry Out Loud, preparing high schoolers across Fresno's public and private schools in the art of poetry and public speaking, building confidence, vulnerability, and connection. The Arts Council transforms small ideas into big programs. The San Joaquin Valley Book Fest, now in its 3rd year, was launched by a retired nurse, writer, and volunteer who wanted to celebrate our valley's homegrown authors. She needed our nonprofit umbrella to process donations, secure insurance, and sign venue agreements. The event is spectacular, run entirely by passionate volunteers who even mentor teenagers in event planning. When the Shenzhen Gardens Board approached us in 2021 with a vision for a plein air event, artists painting outdoors during their spring festival, we helped plan what became Fresno's first such event. Our board members attended planning meetings, provided national contacts, arranged student musicians, and guided decisions. A community member brought the idea, and the Arts Council helped make that idea a reality. So this is what the Arts Council does. We mentor, encourage, and facilitate members of our community to achieve their artistic goals. Fresno Arts Council is committed to earning back your trust through vigilance, transparency, and tireless dedication to the grants and programs we manage. Thank you for your time.
Any comments from the board? Question? Yes, Supervisor Chavez.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you for that presentation. Really appreciate the kind of walking us through. Obviously the Fresno Arts Council has been in the media recently. I know you're limited on what you can divulge just because of litigation and things of that sort. I think my question is, and I know speaking with our CAO, we don't necessarily provide funding to the Arts Council, but we do authorize you to leverage, resources and make sure that you go out to cure. And I've always been, by the way, a supporter of what you guys do. And I, for one, am not going to let one individual tarnish the decades-old tradition of the Fresno Arts Council and the work that you guys have been doing. You've been at the forefront even before it was the cool thing to do or there was funding available. And so I want to thank the organization as a whole. I also don't want to minimize what's happened, and I love that you use the word trust, because I think that's the space that we're in now, where we have to build that trust for the community. So I guess my question is with regards to not necessarily specifics of what happened, but more of going forward, what your protocols will be. I know that the city of Fresno is going to also put in some guardrails, some checks and balances. What is the organization going to do with regards to having those checks and balances with regards to finances going forward? And not just obviously the bare minimum, but going above and beyond to show the community that you do want to build that trust back.
Sure. And in addition to hiring an outside accounting firm and establishing certain processes, I'll let Karen Simpson, our board member and a CPA, kind of talk through a little bit more about what those systems might be.
So I don't have a list in front of me. Thank you for letting me speak. I'm an inactive CPA, so not practicing. But I've volunteered since 2020 on the board, as well as numerous other boards in our community. So we felt like the best decision right now would be to hire an outside CPA firm, which we would also monitor for segregation, but that would be the safest way to safeguard our funds. We are not going to manage City of Fresno funds anymore. So that is not in danger anymore. But we, as a board, have come in to work day to day with the remaining 3 staff members that we have. Our leadership is gone. So we look forward to building back with hiring a new permanent executive director in our future, and we will be implementing controls that are sufficient for our size now. We have a very small operation now.
Sure.
Do you have any more specific questions?
Yeah,
Thank you for that.
I think what I'm getting at
Okay.
is, so say for example, you get authorized today, you go out and you secure a grant and you receive these funds, right? You have your quarterly reports, you have your financial reports. I guess what I want to hear is, I know you're consulting with an outside firm that will provide some, objective analysis on your finances, but for the benefit of the public, what I think what I want to hear is, it just won't be the minimal standards. It'll be above and beyond, because I think the community really needs to hear that right now.
Yeah, thank you. So the outside accounting firm, right now, we wanted to get, as a board, we want to get a handle of what are the day-to-day items that would risk fraud. And so being a past auditor, working with our treasurer, who is also a practicing CPA, I'm logging in daily. And everyone has access to the bank statements to make sure, and we've cut off all electronic payment sources. So we feel that we're watching the cash flow in and out. Deposits, as they come, if they're in check form, are opened by one person, deposited by another. We check the canceled checks, so 2 of us can sign checks. And one thing that could happen, it hasn't before, but it could, is someone could take the check before they mail it and sign it over to themselves. So I'm looking at every canceled check, front and back, to make sure that it was cashed by the right person. Things like that, just checking, thinking every way that someone could do, even though maybe it wasn't the way that it happened. Taking a real look at every single way and right, we're pre-approving all payments, of course. But even if you pre-approve the payment, everyone knows you can still take the check after the fact and endorse it over. So even just checking that the correct person cashed the check. Following up on all stale checks. Yeah.
Appreciate that. That's actually helpful. And then last question: How many of your board members have CPA backgrounds?
2.
Two folks that are on there currently will have that, and they'll obviously be involved with what you're processing and coming up with the new framework, so to speak.
Yes, and then working with our future, the accounting firm that we hire, they're not just going to be monitoring things, they're going to be transacting for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Supervisor Mendez.
I just got a question for Paul. 2 questions. There's no county dollars, obviously, in this deal, correct?
That's correct.
And then the second is, are we actually sponsoring them with this group, or no?
We're not sponsoring them, but this designation would allow them to essentially be the designee to receive those grant
And
applications.
then we're not responsible for anything they do?
Other than that designation. And so having this presentation, as we did today, was really to provide that reassurance of the fact that your board is, if you approve that designation, what they do with the funds that they may receive with those grants. But the county has no direct dollars with them other than that responsibility.
Right. Are you still nervous?
I'm doing okay. Thank you.
We actually don't bite that hard, so I know you made some inquiries, and we're pretty nervous about coming here today.
The only other comment I would make, Supervisor, and I think Supervisor Chavez was saying this very well, in our experience, when something like this happens, a lot of times the entities that do become the strictest and the best to work with because of the experience that they had. And that would be our expectation, is that you have outside auditors and that there's transparency and that it's something that you have outside folks looking at after you've had the experience that you have. And so I think that would be your board's expectation. I think that's what I heard Supervisor Chavez say as well.
No, Mr. Chairman, I wasn't good at saying anything, but I realize it's tough coming today in the news. But I appreciate you hitting it head on. You said what you're going to do. And I think any of us that ever served on multiple boards, volunteer basis and all that, nothing ever goes perfect. So each one of us probably have some instance that we had something, maybe not to this magnitude, but we had something didn't go the way that we had hoped it would. And so again, I applaud you for addressing it head on. You didn't fold the tent, and you're going to move forward. So I give you a lot of respect for that. And we've all made mistakes. We just try and do better in the future. And for me, I appreciate you said you're going to focus on some ag art. And once you said that, I was good to go. So
It's a wonderful celebration, April 30th.
Thursday, yeah. So, but again, yeah, it's not a fun position, but you deal with it and you move on. Yeah. That's it, Mr.
Yeah,
Chairman.
I just have one or two questions. So what was stolen was about 1.8 million, if is any of that money being recovered? Do you know?
According to the court documents, full restitution is ordered.
It's ordered, but
That is all we know.
that's all you know?
Yes.
Okay. And you said that your leadership is all gone.
Paid leadership.
Paid leadership is all gone. I mean, did they resign? Were they fired?
One was terminated, and one I would rather not comment.
Okay. Was this due to a lack of oversight from leadership in terms of, I mean, $2 million is a lot of money to somehow just be stolen without people recognizing there's a problem.
Right. I'm going to try to choose my words carefully.
Okay.
I think any time that something happens under someone's watch that has job responsibilities laid out for them, we felt the need to hold that person accountable.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And if I recall, there was pressure from community groups for the city not to handle this money, in fact, to hand it over to the Arts Council. Is that accurate?
I don't know if that's accurate.
Yeah, we voted.
So when the ordinance was originally written, Fresno Arts Council was written into the ordinance as the entity that would manage the City of Fresno Measure P program, the cultural arts program of that. So it's written as Fresno Arts Council or its successor arts agency, of which we are the city and county's designated arts agency currently. So now the management is back to the public. But I do think that there were likely a range of comments and support for how and who managed the funds and what aspects of it.
But now it's
It's back at the city, and the city's management of the fund is also in relationship with the Parks, Recreation, and Arts Commission, which is an oversight committee.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for coming to. And yeah, go ahead.
Just have one comment,
Yeah.
but it isn't about you, but this is the kind of things that happen when you have citizen-led initiatives. You have these deals where, these holes, obviously there was potential problems in your organization. You guys didn't really know it. And the money was funneled in by documentation. In other words, it was designated to go that way instead of having the city and Measure P should have had their own internal committee do it, that was appointed by the council. That's just a comment.
Thank you.
Well, and I'll add to that comment on the measure that just got on the ballot. I don't know what they call it, but it's the a new Measure C, but it's not Measure C that was put on the ballot, has oversight by a supposed citizens committee, and they removed the Fresno County Transportation Authority, which is elected people. So it's the similar thing, similar setup.
Right.
Fraught for all kinds of problems, but that's another day. Thank you for coming. Any comments from the public? Yes, please come on up and speak.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, members of the board. When I was asked to come and speak to you today, I was nervous because I am a full-time artist and teacher, and my audience is typically 4 to 9-year-olds. But I kill with them. So I was a little nervous to speak to adults today. And when I was thinking about what I should say to you for your consideration on keeping the Fresno Arts Council as the designated group for all funding, I realized that none of the words that I really had to say were really going to cut it. Nothing could be as eloquent as what the children had to say. And so I just wanted to share with you this that was given to me by the kids before any of this happened. They wanted to say, thank you, Mrs. Rosas and the Arts Council. I love going to school now. Thank you, Ms. Rosas and the Arts Council. I love art, and I wish we could do this every day. Thank you, Mrs. Rosas and the Arts Council. I love drawing pretty pictures. That's from Manny. Thank you, Mrs. Rosas and the Arts Council, ? They weren't quite sure if they spelled council correctly, but they did. So I'm really proud of Jasmine. She's improving really well. And on, I have a stack of these. And what I see day to day with these children, I see them 4 days out of the week. I'm in Selma County, and it's not a particularly affluent community. These are endangered kids who are at risk of potentially not graduating high school and beyond. So to see them be enthusiastic about the arts, see them enthusiastic about school, I am honored and I'm privileged that I get to be a part of that, and that is through the program that Fresno Arts Council has pretty much provided. So that's all I had to say today, and I thank you for your time.
Thank you. Yes, come on up, ma'am. Is there anybody else that wants to speak? You can come on up, sir.
My name is Megan Anderson Bohegian. I was the 5th City of Fresno Poet Laureate, and I wanted to speak for the writing community on behalf of our Arts Council. They have provided consistent venues. They have for readings by writers, which if you don't go to one, you never get to hear them in their own voice. Fresno is known internationally as a poetry center. And it's partly that way because the Arts Council has continued to create programs which bring art, bring poetry into our county schools. For example, Poetry Out Loud is a program that involves students from all over Fresno County. The Fresno Poet Laureate program was designated after it was community members who came and said we should have a Poet Laureate program. And it's been extremely effective. We visit schools. I can't count how many schools I've been to in the city and in the county. And the very strong feedback that we get from teachers is that it makes an enormous difference to kids to see what's real, And what I would also say is that today, our state of California's Poet Laureate, Lee Herrick, is serving his 2nd term, and he is the 3rd California Poet Laureate from Fresno and Fresno County. So that level of sort of capacity and respect that is given to the writers of Fresno has been augmented and supported constantly by the Arts Council. not in the least in making available their own gallery space for readings at no cost to the readers and at no cost to the public. Just last week, we had both Lee Herrick and Evie Singh, who is the Fresno County Youth Poet Laureate. And I think it was her first real introduction to a big, diverse audience. So it's my hope that you will continue the Fresno Arts Council as our local partner, because we need that voice. Fresno's already the hole in the donut. And Fresno Arts Council has been an advocate for funding for all of the arts here, not just the ones you can see on the wall. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Good morning, gentlemen. My name is Tony Sanders, and I'm coming here today wearing a couple different hats. First and foremost, I am the founding artistic director for Shine Theater. And I'm going to start with that because that company was actually born in LA when I was a resident there in 2006. 2010, we were named the most outstanding new children's theater in the US. We couldn't get arrested in LA. But when I moved the company here to Fresno, one of the first organizations that reached out and embraced us was the Fresno Arts Council. I've never actually thanked them publicly for that. But that endorsement, that support has been unwavering. It's been constant. It's been consistent. It's been profound. To be a small nonprofit company 20 years in running is quite an accomplishment, but it's not done in a vacuum. It is done because of entities and support like the Fresno Arts Council. My second hat that I wear is as an artist. And it is absolutely, I'm stumped for words to describe what it means to have that support as an artist, to know that there's an entity that you don't have to explain what it is that you do or why you do what it is you do. They get it. They get you. And that means the world to us as artists, to know that we have that support here in Fresno. And I don't want that. I don't want this moment to pass unannounced, that we should be proud of that. We should be embracing that. And then, yes, as a teaching artist as well, I also have the wonderful opportunity on a weekly basis to go to Selma and earn a living, I must say, as an artist. Mom, Dad, I did it. Sharing my love of theater with young students. And it was a job that I didn't want to take, and Andrea said, think about it, and I went, and I knew within the first 5 minutes that I was in the right place doing the right thing, being able to share what it is that I do with those young students. And for them to give me that opportunity, I cannot thank them enough. But I will say to you in closing, thank you for your time. Please, we need them where they are. The work that they do is important. It is timely. It is profound. It is relevant. It is necessary. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, I'll bring it back. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously. You're welcome. Move on.
We now move to item number 13, under Behavioral Health. Receive the Fresno County Behavioral Health Board Annual Report for 2025.
Good morning.
Morning.
There's been a lot of great recognition here today, and before I actually start my report, I would also like to recognize a departing board member who has been with us for over 15 years, Carolyn Evans. She has been a past chair many times and has been up here before. She has mentored board members. She is somebody we all turn to, and we are definitely going to miss her. And so I just want to say thank you to Carolyn for everything that she has contributed to this county with her dedication. At times, she has been chair and committee chair and did all the notes all the time. There was no help. So thank you to her. So in 2025, The Behavioral Health Board primarily focused on keeping up to date on the Behavioral Health Services Act implementation and CalAIM, and understanding the potential impacts on everyone, the contractors, department, clients, and the legislation. We also looked at learning more about services where mild to moderate identification or services occur, and that I do want to say, CalAIM and the HR 1 budget cuts, they are going to have the biggest impact on providing those mild to moderate prevention and early intervention services. We also continue to understand the successes and especially the challenges encountered in a county that is under-resourced in many areas, which often leads to a lack of scaling successful practices or services. We did see some mild progress on last year's recommendations, thank you very much, but mostly everybody was waiting to see the impact of HR 1. Behavioral health is fortunate that its federal waiver for BH Connect does not end until 2028. But it will be definitely impacted by Medicaid cuts in HR 1. We welcome and applaud the collaboration occurring in housing with the new housing office and the range of partners involved. Although those diagnosed with mental health or behavioral health issues are just a small part of the effort, working together with those who are homeless has the potential to lower drug costs over time, drug use over time, and to avoid development of related mental health symptoms from living on the streets. Communication about access and services integrated across the behavioral health entire continuum has had some beginning progress. We expect to hear more about this very soon when the integrated plan is provided, and we are looking forward to that. We did, like I mentioned last year, actually successfully recruited a youth representative for our board, and but we have been unsuccessful so far in gaining a local education agency K-12 representative. And we do appreciate how training co-occurring disorders across all clinical treatment categories is at the beginning stages, and that learning modules that are electronic that the department has purchased for staff will be shared with their contracted providers. We know this is a very difficult time. When resources shrink further, costs continue to get higher, and time to implement mandated changes becomes shorter. We want to thank all mental health and substance use providers, from those serving children to adults. It doesn't matter, we appreciate their stamina, finding humor when they can, and their commitment. They all continue to care. And that's important that your board understands that that is occurring everywhere in the county. We do have just two recommendations for 2026, and hopefully you are already providing them. Please continue your advocacies to state legislators for substance use disorder treatment funds for those on conservatorship. It's a mandate, but with no funding attached. And we don't have enough substance use facilities here now. And secondly, support for organizations outside the department providing prevention services is critical, whether it be by providing letters of support for any fund development grant that they might send to you, or attendance and support of their fundraisers. Without their prevention and early intervention work, and their ability to create relationships that helps increase trust of large institutions like the county departments, the medium and longer term result is increased severity and cost of mental health and substance use services that are required by the county to pay for. So if you have any questions, I think that's it.
Any comments from the board? Yes, Supervisor Chavez.
Thank you, and thank you to Board Member Frost for your work and your advocacy. My office sits on the health board as well too. And then Susan, Susan, thank you so much too. Just on those two quick fronts to Board Member Frost's request, we have been working obviously on advocating for state funding. We've got two things going on right now. Obviously, the lobbying that's going on at the federal and state level, working with our local legislators, and then our folks that are doing that. That's been one of our top priorities. Staying in touch with the meeting that just happened with the senators, I believe last week. So just wanted to give you a quick update on that. And then also on the same track, the MOU that Supervisor Magzig and I are working on with the city of Fresno with the homeless crisis that we have in our community too. That's been part of the plan to leverage additional resources from the state. And then Susan, if you could just maybe give a quick little update on the other piece, the CBOs working with our organizations, just so that for the benefit of the board, and because they work hard and I think they deserve a little cheat sheet.
Thank you. Susan Holt, your Behavioral Health Director and Public Guardian. We've had a long-standing relationship with many of the community-based organizations here in Fresno County. They do our work on our behalf pursuant to contracts that we bring to you all to execute as our board. With the Behavioral Health Services Act, as our board knows, there is a shift in priorities set by the Department of Healthcare Services, which focuses those dollars on a different population of need, a different population of focus, which really is our core mandate of persons with severe mental illness, serious mental illness, as well as youth with serious emotional disturbance. That really means our treatment continuum. And in the Behavioral Health Services Act, all prevention dollars were shifted to the State of California Department of Public Health. We do believe that our community-based organizations will be able to apply for competitive grant funding. There is a document posted at California Department of Public Health that outlines their prevention framework under the BHSA. And what we have in our department is a listserv for all of the community-based organizations that we've worked with in the past. And when we see grant opportunities like that, we push that information out to all of our network equitably so that they're in the know. We encourage them to as well check that framework out. We do still have opportunities in our community to influence how we shape our Behavioral Health Services Act dollars. We have our integrated plan posted for public comment right now. And we also have the public hearing hosted by our Behavioral Health Board on May 20th. And just one more nod to the community-based organizations. Through our partners, the managed care plans, they host a Path Collaborative, helping those community-based organizations turn that corner into Medi-Cal claimable services under CalAIM, as our Behavioral Health Board Chair referenced. And they requested that I present information just recently, so I prepared a presentation for that group and as well offered to meet with any of those community-based organizations on our integrated plan.
That's helpful. And then the letters of support, how easy is it for them to get them from our folks when they apply for grants?
So when our community-based organizations are applying for grants, we have a policy that drives how we consider whether the Department of Behavioral Health provides a letter of support. Obviously, they need to provide a summary of their scope of work, and then we typically provide a letter of support as long as that is aligned with our board's priorities.
Thank you, Director, and thank you to Board Member Frost and all the board members that appreciate that report. That's all I have.
Any other comments from the board? Any comments from the public?
I would like to add just one other thing.
Sure.
Piggybacking off of what Susan has said, the department is very supportive of their contracted providers, CBO, to provide support. I'm also talking about the adjacent sectors that are in social services that provide the early contacts with individuals who later might need referral. And they are very important for social determinants of health, and mental health is a component of that. And many of them are providing mental health screenings out in the community through the programs that they provide. So when I say community-based organizations, I am meaning community-wide, not just under the umbrella of behavioral health court, because social services and public health have those same or different organizations that will eventually route them to the correct place and provide early support. That's all. Thank you.
Any comments from the public? None. Okay, this is for just receiving a report, no action required.
We now move to item number 14, Board of Supervisors Committee Reports and Comments.
Anybody have any committee reports or comments? Supervisor Magsick.
So, in addition to the 1 o'clock event that we have with the tree planting, there's also some exciting things happening this week in District 5. The 112th Annual Clovis Rodeo begins tomorrow and will run through Sunday. So 5 days of rodeo. Anybody have a belt buckle in here? A couple people. I've got one in my office. So there's going to be 3 different concerts, a parade on Saturday. And so I just want to encourage all of you, if you enjoy good, clean fun and you like watching people riding bulls and getting bucked off horses, come on out to the Clovis Rodeo. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay. Supervisor Mendez.
I do have a belt buckle, but it says Riverdale Rodeo.
All right.
Anyway, today in consent, we proclaimed May 11th through the 15th as Juror Appreciation Week for the County of Fresno. And me and Brian also did a certificate of recognition honoring Fresno Equipment Company for their 65th anniversary. And there's one other deal I just want to bring up. There's starting to be a problem on the east side on farms again with fruit being picked, in the middle of the night and taken off. And I know farmers markets are very restricted who they let in there and who they sell, but I don't know if we could find out if the same thing applies to swap meets. There was some concern about that, and I just found out about this late yesterday afternoon. I thought I'd bring it up. We need to kind of find out. And another thing is we don't want to totally restrict, but we need to monitor and probably restrict some roadside vendors, especially exempt the farmers that are doing it, but because there are some that do it, not a lot, but there are some blackberry farmers that do it on Highway 41. You can see them on the other side of the fence. But we need to, code enforcement needs to find out if somebody's got a roadside stand, do they have a permit, or what are they doing there? They just set up and start selling.
Yeah, Supervisor, we can research and also work with you to come back with recommendations on that.
Right.
Okay. Supervisor.
Mr. Chairman, I just want to let you know I was notified that some of the people using their ARPA money aren't going to be able to use their funds, so I'm making plans. I'm going to have an item on next month's agenda. We're going to take some of that money and start a sign at Veteran Cemetery, and just wanted to let you know that would be coming.
Excellent.
But we need to start moving because we only have until June for that, and I'm going to authorize that to move forward and hopefully have the consent of the board at the next meeting. But just want to put everybody on their radar. I'm taking steps to do that.
Excellent. Supervisor Chavez? No, and nothing from me. Next item.
We now move to item number 15, Board Appointments.
Anybody have any? Yes, Supervisor Maxey.
I have one. District 5 appointment, Auberry Volunteer Fire and Emergency Services Citizens Advisory Committee, reappoint Austin Holt to the District 5 seat, which expired on 4/1/26.
Okay. Supervisor Mendez? No. Brian, anything? No. I have three. I want to appoint Peter Martinez Pita to the Child Care and Development Local Planning Council, previously held by Nick Lutton. Appoint Mary Lou Browdy Minkler to the at-large Family of Consumer position on the Behavioral Health Board, previously held by Carolyn Evans. And last one is appoint Mackenzie Watts to the at-large Consumer position on the Behavioral Health Board, previously held by Mary Lou Browdy Minkler. Anybody from the public wish to comment? Seeing none, is
Move
there
for approval.
second? Okay, all those in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously.
We now move to item 16, public presentations. This portion of the meeting is reserved for persons desiring to address the board on any matter not on this agenda, as well as you'll take comments for closed session 18 through 24.1.
Okay, this is reserved for any comments for the public on any matter not on the agenda or on closed session items 18 through 24.1. Yes, ma'am.
Hello, good morning to the board. I appreciate the opportunity to address you all. My name is Anastasia Mingus, and I live on the northwest corner of Shields and Bryan. This intersection is a two-way stop with Shields having the right-of-way, and it is known to have a high volume of car accidents. The growth and development of the area has led to a major influx of traffic, and because of the brand new 3-school complex at Ashland and Bryan, Justin Garza High School and its feeder schools, it can safely be assumed that most vehicles traveling via the Shields and Bryan intersection have a minor inside of them, whether they travel by private vehicle or one of the dozen school buses that pass through the intersection daily. Therefore, the need for a 4-way stop is crucial to preventing accidents and deaths, especially of young children. Shields and Hayes is a 4-way stop. Shields and Grantland is a 4-way stop, as well as numerous other intersections within a half-mile to 1-mile radius of the school. There is no acceptable reason that Shields and Bryan can also not be a 4-way stop. My husband and I have called the Fresno County Road Maintenance Office several times over the last year and a half, and we know that we're getting the runaround from their office. Mr. Chai always seems to be in the office, but away from his desk and unable to take our calls. I would also like to point out that the stop signs at my intersection don't even, at the very least, have the small yellow sign underneath reading "cross traffic does not stop." As I have said, the intersection is known to have a high volume of traffic accidents, yet nothing is being done about it, and I find it negligent on the part of our local government that we need to meet a quota of deaths before this intersection becomes a 4-way stop. I'm urging the Board of Supervisors to please step in and to help make this area safer and help save lives by making the intersection at Shields and Bryan a 4-way stop. Thank you.
Would you, clerk, get her name and number, and we can look into that? Okay?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for your
Thanks
time.
for coming. Yes, ma'am.
Buenos días. No hablo muy bien inglés, pero quisiera dirigirme al señor Luis Pacheco. Luis Chávez, perdón.
Sí, pues. Puedo, yo le traduzco.
Gracias. Mire, yo soy una vendedora ambulante. Hemos seguido la regla, bueno, algunas hemos seguido las reglas de los permisos que nos ha pedido el Departamento de Salud. No nos costó muy barato el carrito y hay muchas personas que no tienen los permisos. No podemos dar al mismo precio que ellos. No hemos tenido ventas también por esto. Queremos que nos ayuden, por favor, a ver esto de las personas que no tienen el permiso. Ahora, aparte, queremos vender, por ejemplo, en una esquina, tenemos que pagar. Queremos vender en un parque, porque ahí hay gente, tenemos que pagar. Apenas hubo unos partidos en el Pilibut y teníamos que pagar. Eran $150, eran $300 y no vendemos tanto como para pagar esas cantidades. Entonces, aquí en la ciudad pagamos el permiso. de salubridad, pagamos la aseguranza, pagamos cocina, pagamos todo. Yo, por ejemplo, no he podido juntar $650 para acabar de pagar, de sacar mi permiso del Departamento de Salud.
Espérame tantito, porque no tengo tanta memoria.
Sí, sí, perdón.
Let me just translate real quick. She's a mobile food vendor. She has her permit. She has everything in order. There are a number of folks that are posting up in proximity that do not have their permit. So lo que quiere es que haya más code enforcement, ¿verdad? Personas que vayan y chequen que esas personas tienen sus permisos, tienen sus licencias. So she's requesting that we have our code enforcement folks go out there and make sure that those folks have permits because it's not fair. She has to pay. ¿En dónde está el lugar, doña?
El evento que hubo ahorita apenas fue aquí en el Pillibut.
Esa es la ciudad de Fresno, so va a ser...
Es aquí atrás de...
es en Pillables Park. ¿Está hablando de permisos de salubridad? Okay, so there are people that are posting up without health permits at Pillables Park, which is the soccer complex by Home Depot on Kings Canyon Road.
Is she permitted by our county health department or the city of Fresno?
She's permitted by our folks.
Okay.
Okay. Entonces creo yo que no es justo que nosotros que hemos seguido las reglas, pagado tanto y me pongo en primer lugar de que no he podido juntar para los $600 de la cocina por el mismo motivo de que no puedo competir con estas personas.
She can't compete with the prices they're giving because she has all her paperwork in order. She has to pay all the fees and all that. So, lo tiene.
So, Paul, you'll look into that with code enforcement?
So, nuestro CAO, que es el encargado, se va a encargar de lo que me mencionó, pero si puede dar a la dirección y lugares donde está, usted me los manda y yo los someto para code enforcement. Que tengan.
Ok, muchas gracias. Nuestra petición que nos ayuden porque no es justo que nosotros estamos siguiendo las reglas, pagando tanto y no tengamos ventas por las personas que no quieren pagar, no quieren ponerse en regla.
Sí, no es justo. Nosotros no estamos tomando cartas en el asunto, necesitamos nomás el lugar, pero ya que nos las dio, yo se lo someto al CAO.
Ok, muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Ya, Teresa.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Yo también soy vendedora ambulante y vengo también con lo mismo del Parque Pillibus. Ya sabes, señor Luis Chávez, que nosotros reservamos las canchas de fútbol.
Yeah, she has the same concerns for that specific location, and she's actually an authorized vendor that sells food parks during the soccer matches. So she would like also for code enforcement to go on. Like, so el mismo lugar, doña Teresa.
Sí, es el mismo lugar, el Pillibus Park, y hubo un evento el sábado. Entonces una de mis compañeras no traía para pagar porque acababa de llegar y vende ella bolis. Entonces me dijo, doña Tere, no traigo para pagar. Entonces yo me dirigí con el que estaba haciendo el evento y le dije, aquí están los 50 de mi compañera, quiero que me des un recibo para presentar lo que te estamos pagando. Yo se lo doy a ella, entonces no le dio tampoco a ella. Entonces sí estaban cobrando muy caro por dejarlo vender. Como dijo la compañera, tenemos nuestros permisos, nuestro carrito, sí nos costó mucho el carrito y estar batallando para conseguir nuestras cosas, para que otras personas lleguen a hacer eventos y lucren con la gente, con nuestros compañeros vendedores. Eso es lucrar, 300, 150, 100 y 50 por vender.
Okay. There's also an issue there with regards to the people that are organizing the soccer matches are actually allowing folks that don't have permits and don't have licenses to go in there and sell, and they're charging them a higher amount. So we're going to probably have to loop in the city, whoever the operator is of that. Eso nos va a ayudar también, le acabo de dar información.
Pues me dirijo a todos, a usted porque habla español, don Luis Chávez, y muchas gracias por ayudarnos, ponernos atención a los vendedores. Nosotros, dos compañeras nada más pudimos venir en representación de todos los vendedores que somos. Hay veces que también nosotros hablamos con ellos, pero no permiten hablar, nos quieren hasta golpear.
Right. So, yeah, she's had a number of issues there, and she just wants to make sure that folks that have a permit are able to sell and that. So, yo le voy a dar esa información y usted también mándeme el lugar, si hay otro lugar, y yo lo someto para
Luego también, señor Luis Chávez, o sea, nos hacen pagar la cocina y muchos no pagan la cocina, están vendiendo fruta, en la camioneta están picando en bajan la cajuela de la camioneta, pican la fruta y así la están vendiendo. Nosotros, como dijo la compañera, nos hicieron sacar nuestros permisos del condado, le batallamos, sacrificamos muchas cosas para pagar, para que otras personas se molesten, no hagan las reglas que ustedes nos hicieron hacer a nosotros. Lo que le vimos mal fue la ciudad, que empezó a dar el ID a todos sin tener las demás reglas. Y ellos sacan el ID y dicen, yo tengo mi permiso, aquí está mi permiso, pero no enseñan el permiso del condado, que es el más importante, el de salud.
Yeah, and very good point. There are folks that are just showing up in trucks, opening up their tailgate, serving food without having any health permits. And the challenge is that the city is issuing the IDs, but the city does not verify that county public health has signed off on those folks that are preparing food. So we're going to have to work through that too.
Are there certain days this happens?
¿Cuáles días son los que están ahí, doña Teresa?
Nosotros,
En lo que está ocurriendo, el fin de semana, sábado, Saturday and the weekends.
Saturday.
So I have to work that.
y van a hacer otro evento, señor Luis Chávez, y aquí los señores presentes, para el mes que entra van a hacer otro evento. Pues yo hablé al condado y estuve hablando para que, o sea, corroboraran en ese momento lo que estaban haciendo, que llegaran como si fueran vendedores.
Para este mes que viene es lo que...
Para este mes van a hacer
¿Me
otro
puede mandar
evento.
el evento?
Yo le voy a
Ok.
mandar la información, yo voy a
Ok.
estar al contacto con ustedes, mandarle la información. Por último, otra cosa, ya sabe y usted sabe que por años estamos pagando la reservación de las canchas y la liga de la Hispani,
Yo sé quién.
la Hispani, se nos mete a las canchas, no tiene ahorita reservación, le enseñamos la reservación de nosotros, los equipos me han querido golpear por sacarlos, entonces yo, para que no haya problemas, saco mis jugadores y los dejo a ellos.
Eso le puedo ayudar separado porque es de ciudad, pero yo le voy a ayudar también con eso. Ahí.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Muchas
Thank you.
gracias.
She's going to send us the flyer. There's an event already programmed this upcoming month, and she wants to make sure that we have a presence there to make sure that folks are following the rules.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, Chair and members of the board. My name is Toribio Mondragon. I'm the president to the Fresno County Deputy Probation Officers Association. First, I'd like to thank the county and specifically the CAO for your continuous willingness to engage in open dialogue with our association. That collaboration with both is appreciated and essential that we work towards solutions to best serve our department and the staff in the community. I'm here today to speak recently on a council item regarding proposed creation of the supervising deputy probation officer's position within the probation department, along with related areas of discussion. While the proposal has been conveyed and improved efficiency and expansion of promotional opportunities within our department, our membership has a different perspective and believes that there is important discussions that should take place. In particular, we feel that they are key operational and structural considerations that warrant careful review before moving forward. To provide context, the department is current chain of command begins with the chief, followed by assistant chief, then deputy chiefs who oversees the division, supported by the assistant deputy chiefs beneath the management structure, and the line staff of classification from DPO 4 all the way to DPO 1, which comprise our association. At present, our department is experiencing significant leadership vacancies at the management level. Two of our deputy chiefs have departed to other countries, other counties, and retired, and one has retired, and one's rumored that another is expected to leave soon. There are critical leadership roles that are vacant, and these absences is noticeable. Just under that command at the assistant deputy chief level, there are also multiple vacancies. None of them have been filled, and 2 more are expected to leave the fall, as more retirements are anticipated around the start of the next year. As a result, existing leadership is being asked to absorb expanded responsibilities. For example, the assistant chief is currently overseeing a division, a function that would fall under the deputy chief, while efforts reflect a strong commitment from our current leadership that they're also willing to highlight the strain that we're experiencing and operating in a reactive posture rather than going through a sustainable staffing model. This brings a broader concern regarding succession planning and leadership development, the introduction of the new supervisory layer beneath already understaffed executives structure raises questions about whether the focus should be first on establishing and reinforcing leadership at the top. With regard to the proposed supervising DPO position, the understanding and intent is to streamline operations to create additional promotional pathways. However, in practice, it would introduce a new layer of chain command that would not historically existed, placing the SPO between the line staff and the assistant deputy chief rather than accelerating the advancement and create an additional step that alters establishing career pathways. Although current management did not go through the SPO position to gain this experience to be prepared for management. We're also requesting.
Yeah, we need to just, we got to move on.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
Very briefly, my name is Krista Sharp. I'm the new Executive Director of CASA, Court-Appointed Special Advocates. So Chairman Bredefield wanted to thank you for your nomination or confirmation of me to the Foster Care Oversight Committee. Supervisor Mendez, I grew up in Riverdale and caught a rooster at the rodeo there about 40 years ago. So love our community, and I just wanted to also acknowledge my gratefulness for your acknowledgement of May as National Foster Care Awareness Month, and wanted to formally invite you all to the Grizzlies this Saturday night. We are kicking off Foster Care Awareness Month with Step Up to the Plate for Foster Youth. It will be a great celebration that evening. We will have foster youth and CASA advocates there for some of their first baseball game. The whole community is coming around to cheer them on, and we would love to formally invite you all as well.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning, Board of Supervisors. I am here with three of many complaints from the Parlier Cemetery. Personally, I am submitting this formal complaint because the document serious concerns regarding mispresentations of burial information, inconsistent record keeping, and conduct that may constitute violations of California law in connection with families' burial arrangements. I personally was on November the 25th to purchase 2 markers, one for my grandma, one for my sibling. Yeah, my sibling passed away 37 years ago, but never did we get a tombstone. So I looked into it and I asked our Mendoza, working at the time, that I needed to purchase it, and he did, escorting me to the place where supposedly my sibling was at rest. On February the 23rd, well, actually, I bought the marker, and then when he said that it would take from 2 to 3 weeks for me to have it ready, as I went on the February the 23rd, I didn't see the marker, I didn't see the place, and so Laley found that he told me that Nancy said that he was no longer there, that he had retired, and that my little sibling was not there at the place, he was in another place. So I did go to the police department that day to commit to make a complaint, and then they referred me to the sheriff. Sheriff referred me to the Parlier Police Department, suggested with some all that I needed to go to Nancy to talk to her in regards of where was my child, my little sibling. So he took me there. As I get there, all the board members were there present, and I did ask them, I asked Nancy, please let me know where,
What cemetery is this?
Parlier Cemetery. I do have the Parlier Cemetery. I'm sorry, this is my first time being around here. I am a little nervous, but I am really, really concerned just because we need to do something about that, sir. This is not just me, but there's other 2 persons. This lady does not know where her husband's been buried. They told her he was buried at the right side. Supposedly then they said that he was at the left side. She's been taking flowers. I know it's been too many years, 2020. Mine happened with my mother as well. My mother said that she wanted my brother to be buried with her. She bought 2 slots. And during COVID, they didn't let us see her laid at,
Okay.
So we didn't know. So thank God for this, sir. I went to look for my grandma's and my little sibling's marker to see where, to purchase it. And little that I know is that she said, no, your mother only had bought 1.
Okay, well, please give your name and number to the clerk, and hopefully we can provide some assistance to you.
Okay, well, can I present this to the clerk, please? Can I
Yes.
leave this to the clerk? And I apologize, I'm
There's
just a
nothing to
little,
apologize for.
but this is very, very, I would like for you to please keep in mind that if you can help, get help, this is not the first time, sir. This is a lot of people, we have a lot of complaints, and it,
I just want to say one thing real quick.
Yes.
We don't actually have jurisdiction over the board, but if they've done something that's not legal, you know, I don't even know if, can we even help them?
We can talk to them and take a look at it. at
Right,
least.
okay.
please, I would appreciate if you could look into this. And like I said, this, I'm not the only person. There is a lot of
No,
people.
that's fine. I'm
a
just
lot of
telling
residents.
you.
And I can always get you a lot of, I go there visit my family, and a lot of people complaining. A lot of people complaining about the hours, the gates have been closed.
Okay, well, we'll look into, we have our county council, and we'll see if there's something we can do to help. We'll do
And
everything we can.
Mr. Chairman, I would recommend, so LAFCO can help.
Yes,
So LAFCO
please.
does what's called MSRs, municipal service reviews of all special districts in the whole county. So Bernice, if you can contact Brian Sponhurst, let him know what's been stated here. We can take a look at the MSR for Parlier, and then LAFCO can provide some suggestions. That's what I would recommend.
I would very much appreciate it, sir. We need somebody to help us there. We're a small community, we're a rural community, but we're humble, and this is not, it's inappropriate. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Very
coming.
much.
Thank you.
Yes, I will. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I just punted it back to us. But
Next time.
I'll tell you something.
Next item is item 17, under County Council. County Council reports from previous closed sessions.
Board, there are no reports from prior closed sessions. I would not expect any report outs today, so you may adjourn from closed session.
Okay. We're going to go into closed session. Is there a motion, a second to adjourn following the closed session? So, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Passes unanimously. The board will now go into closed session.